Trump in response? Conspiracy theorist Laura Loomer, a 9/11 truther, joined Trump yesterday on his flight to New York for the Ground Zero September 11th commemoration.
He hangs out a lot with Laura Loomer. I mean, we can mention other names, more familiar or older standing ones like Stephen Miller, who have similar worldviews. But Laura Loomer is somebody who tweeted something so racist, so nasty about Kamala Harris and the White House smelling of curry and call centers taking the calls if she became president, that even Marjorie Taylor Greene asked her to take it down. Now, if you offend Marjorie Taylor Greene, I didn't think that was possible, and Marjorie Taylor Greene thinks you've gone too far, then that says something. And this is the kind of person Donald Trump is hanging out with. He's hanging out with people who tell him, yes, what you've just said about crowd sizes is true. Yes, what you said about you having the greatest economy in world history is true. What we've been hearing about people hanging other people's pet dogs or abducting their cats, that's true. He's hanging out with people who say yes back to him. And I doubt, frankly, that Chris LaCivita or Susie Wiles, who are professional campaign operatives, worked on many different Republican campaigns, are being listened to very much at all by Donald Trump. And the more we see of that, a bit like the debate the other night, the more rope he is given to hang himself, the more he will hang himself.
Charlie, the woman that Ed and John are mentioning here is a reprehensible racist. She calls herself a proud Islamophobe, conspiracy theorist on everything from 9/11 to school shootings and everything else. The tweet, which we won't read because it's so deeply ugly, gets at Kamala Harris's heritage, her identity, the fact that she's half Indian, leave it there, gets into all the ugliest possible stereotypes about that. But this is not a casual relationship. This woman is flying on the plane to the debate with Donald Trump. We could also point out that Vice President J.D. Vance is cozying up to people and sort of making excuses for someone entertaining the idea that actually Churchill was the villain of World War II and not Adolf Hitler. These are choices. This is not a retweet of somebody. This is not accepting an endorsement and pretending you don't know the person. This is elevating these people.
And it is extraordinary. Laura Loomer is not just a bigot. She is a freak. She is at the far edges of the fever swamp. As Ed just mentioned, even Marjorie Taylor Greene, describes her as racist and offensive. And yet Donald Trump is associating with her. These are the kinds of people who have his ear right now. So at this moment of the campaign, I mean, think about this. We're less than 2 months away from the election. Donald Trump is associating with some of the craziest, weirdest figures on the right. And in part, this is kind of the J.D. Vance effect. J.D. Vance and Don Trump Jr., who have decided that they want Donald Trump to be extremely online. And you saw that play out during the debate, but you're also seeing it play out throughout this campaign in all of the rallies. In Donald Trump's head, you have people with the most extreme and bigoted ideas who are feeding him lines and memes and encouraging him to go places that no politician in our century and, maybe for the last century and a half have even thought to go. And I think this is concerning in terms of this bubble of delusion that he's created himself, this bubble of extremism and delusion that he's going to carry up until the election and past the election.
Charlie Sykes, thanks very much. U.S. National Editor of the Financial Times, Ed Luce, thank you as well. We'll see you both soon. Still